Democrats, just give Trump the bloody wall. It's not that big a deal, and you're making it a way bigger deal than it needs to be. You have the chance to have a real victory here, and it's weird that you're passing it up. I mean, I'm loath to give advice to the Democratic Party in its current state, but there is actually a chance that something could get done, and I think getting things done is the purpose of democracy. Getting things done in a way that we can all agree to. Now, let's go over a few of the Democratic objections to the border wall. One, it's racist. That's not true. A wall can't be racist. A wall is just a pile of bricks. It does not have an opinion on any race. It doesn't discriminate against any race. A wall just prevents people from crossing a certain boundary, presuming they didn't bring any specialized equipment to get over the wall. In general, as Trump says, they work 100%. If there is a wall there and there's someone trying to walk through this space, the wall stops them, regardless of their race, regardless of their gender. It doesn't discriminate in any way, shape, or form. So there's no argument that a wall is racist. To say that a wall is a waste of money, well, that's your opinion, but other people think that it would be a good thing for them to have, and this is another valid opinion as well. You can say, well, blah, 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 whatever the argument you want to make, but at the end of the day, the wall is going to stop people from crossing a border, and that's what people want. Something to just stop people from Mexico walking into the United States. You might say, well, it's going to cost like $5 billion or something like that. Okay, well, where's your objection to Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's $42 trillion Medicare solution or whatever it is? You don't really care about the money. You're fine with spending money. What you're doing is playing politics over this particular issue. But what I think is that you're doing this wrong, because Trump is, above all else, a deal maker, and this is one of his red lines. He shut down your government, and he's trying to force you to come to the table on this. And I don't know why you don't just come to the table on this, because Trump has made such a big show about this that you can get something that you really want in exchange for it. And this is how Trump works when he's making a deal. He says, right, I'm going to throw a bunch of stuff on the table and I'm going to ask for a lot. And I'm going to give ground on almost all of these things, but on certain things I'm going to be firm. But that way you feel like you're getting something because you are, and Trump feels like he's getting something because he is, and you both walk away feeling like winners. You should take advantage of this mentality. You should take really strong advantage. $5 billion or whatever it is for the wall is not that much in the grand scheme of things, but it will change things for Trump, and it will change things for you as well. And the thing is, right, let's say this doesn't work. Let's say that there is absolutely no benefit to having this wall. Well, that is a stick you can beat him with later on, and he has also done what he said he was going to do, and the constituents of his that want a wall will be satisfied. They'll actually get something from the government that they want. Surely you want people to get things that they want from the government. In addition to this, like you can use this as leverage. If it fails, if anything goes wrong, then you've got a big stick to beat Trump with. And in exchange, you also get something that you want. Like, you know, Medicare or whatever particular progressive policy it is you want to implement today. If you deal with Trump on the wall, then you all walk away as winners. And a wall doesn't hurt anyone. It doesn't hurt anyone. You can't get hurt by a wall. You know, and you can't really make the argument to the majority of American people that there should be no restriction on illegal immigrants going into the United States. Of course there should be. Every reasonable person thinks there should be. Otherwise you don't even have a country, right? We're not saying end immigration altogether. What we're saying is end illegal immigration. If people come in, they should come in at an authorised port with the right papers and go through the right process, and then they will be let in. And you let in like 1 million legal immigrants a year. So I don't know what you're complaining about in regards to this. There is just no good argument against preventing illegal immigration. It's just generally a positive thing for the country itself. Now, I mean, if you want to sit there and go, yeah, but we need to make the lives of everyone else in the world better by letting them into our countries, well, they're going to have some bad news for you. That's not going to work. That's just going to make us poor, because there are just too many people in the world for our countries to be able to support them all in the way that you're thinking. We need to enrich them. We don't need to turn them into dependents, and opening our borders is not the way to do this. Ruining ourselves trying to help them is not going to help anyone. And that's just the cold hard truth of it. So you are just wrong on the border wall issue. That's just it. You are just flat wrong. It's not immoral to want a wall. It's completely legitimate to build walls, as literally every fucking wall in history since the very first walls built around Jericho, like 8000 BC or whatever it bloody was, proved. Walls work. They protect something that have been built by a certain group of people who want to defend it. There's nothing wrong with that. Everyone has the right to do this, right? So you are just wrong on the wall issue. It doesn't matter what it costs. It doesn't matter how ineffective it's going to be. It's a statement of intent that the United States and the people within it are concerned that there are people taking advantage of them, of the tax, of the country they've built through just being the people that they are. You know, and this isn't a race thing. This isn't black or white or brown or whatever. This is every single person who is a citizen of the United States should be against illegal immigration, because each illegal immigrant hurts their financial prospects by degrees. And even like the next illegal immigrant that comes in is hurting the prospects of the one that's just come before him. And then that's just the illegals. You know, they're illegal immigrants who don't want people who didn't go through the process to be able to enter the United States because they're not doing it fairly. Like, it's not fair to them that you just allow mass illegal immigration into the US. And Obama didn't. He deported millions of Mexicans, and rightfully so. You didn't criticize him, but you want to criticize Trump, because this is really just a manifestation of Orange Man bad. You know, it's not that Trump's doing anything wrong asking for a wall. Nothing immoral is happening. There is nothing, like, even counterproductive here. I mean, this is going to create jobs. This is going to be a useful... You're all for state-funded building programs until it's something Trump wants. And then it's like, oh, no, this is a terrible idea. Oh, look how much money it's going to cost. No one cares what the Democrats think how much it costs. You guys want to spend money hand over fist. You give them an opportunity that won't violate any of your own moral standards unless you're actually one of those radicals who wants to get, you know, no Trump, no wall, no USA at all. Unless you're one of the Antifa types, then you shouldn't have a particular problem with it. What you should have a problem with are the other things on your manifestos that you want to get done that you can't get done because you're not prepared to deal with Trump. This gives you an in. Think of it as you taking advantage of Trump, as you exploiting and manipulating him if you have to, but he will sit down with you and negotiate over this. And the wall is a red line for him. This is something that he wants, and he's going to go to the metaphorical wall for this. And really, you know, this is a red line. He's not going to back down on this, I don't think. So I don't see why you don't just do a deal. Just do a deal over the wall. And I'm sure you've seen the crowdfunding campaign for the wall. Now, people laughed because it was set at 1 billion when the real value will be about 5 billion at least. 1 billion is the maximum GoFundMe will let you put on. But they've raised $18 million, which is not an insignificant amount of money. And I don't see why you can't carry on going down this route. Why not try and encourage the American taxpayer, like not even the American taxpayer, sorry, just the American people who want the wall to fund the wall? I think this is a fantastic idea. You know, you don't, like, less government money spent on walls and more money spent by the people who want the walls on the wall is surely a win-win for everyone, including the Democrats. So you've got to stop with this kind of just deliberate obstructionist attitude and accept that Trump is the president, and this is one of the things that he was elected to do, which is why he's doing it and which is why he's being so hard line on it. And you can benefit from this. You can make political capital out of this by saying, "Look, we're deal makers too. We got stuff done with Trump. We're the ones who are pushing all of this forward. We're actually getting stuff done." If it fails, you've got a good political stick to beat him with, and it doesn't hinder you in your goals. This isn't, unless your goal is to get illegal immigrants into the country, in which you're a danger to the integrity of your fucking country. So I've got no sympathy if you lose, if that's the case. But I'm sure you're not. I'm sure that the majority of the Democratic Party doesn't actually hate America and want to see it destroyed from within. And so building a wall, as Bill Clinton said, you know, this is a perfectly valid thing to do. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, Trump is basically following Clinton's plan. It's just that you guys have lurched to the left so radically that it looks like Trump is some like wild phenomenon that no one could have anticipated. But he's like a 90s Democrat, really, in many ways. And that was an objection that many of the Republicans had to him when he first started taking over the Republican Party. But seriously, there is only a loss for you to be obstructionist over the wall. Trump will deal with you. you are going about all of this the wrong way. I don't think you're making any friends with it either, to be honest with you. I think that the wall's a stupid idea. Well, you guys are full of stupid ideas too, okay? So, just let him have it, and you guys will also benefit in your own ways. I swear to God, it's like watching people deal with the EU. It's just like, why don't you just do it? Because it's not that big a deal. But because it's now very ideological and tribal, Orange Man bad, therefore anything Orange Man suggests is bad, it looks like you're really missing a trick here, and it looks like something positive could come out of it. And it looks like you're just deliberately being obstructionist. So knock it off.